Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Bridget. And today's coffee is Bean Around the World Coconut Rum. And this is Jamaica's coffee. So it is really good. I have my Team No Feelings mug. Though I have a lot of feelings today. Um, yeah, a lot has happened this week. I've been very busy. I decided to sell a bunch of stuff, and I talked about that in the last video where I said selling childhood memories. And continue to sell things. The most successful thing that I'm selling right now is my metaphysical books. So I had a whole collection of metaphysical books. And then what's really interesting is the channeled books went really fast, like really fast. Those were the first two sets of books that went. The Carl Jung on psychology also went, which doesn't surprise me. I bought that. That's kind of an expensive book. But yeah, I'm in negotiations for a bunch of stuff. The big thing is I gotta stage the big furniture and get that out of here. So that's gonna be a big deal. I'm also organizing and labeling all of my rocks, which my crystals and minerals. So they're going to go into a bin. I got two 90 rock holder things. You can hold 90 rocks. So I think 180 rocks in that, and I think I should be good. I may need one more. I got one of them for free because apparently they lost it in the mail or something and they decided to resend it. I got refunded, but it was supposed to come pretty quickly and it didn't end up coming very quickly. So that was a thing. I do not think that I'm going to be able to get to the crystal healing video this week. I have to be in a particular mindset to do crystal healing videos. And I am so distracted by listing things and staging things and everything that I just haven't had the time to do it. Those may be going to the wayside. I don't know. I'm really debating. I really love doing them, but I kind of like doing them on whims. So we'll see if I do it next week and start doing it regularly or not. But I know I've been very inconsistent with the crystal healing videos, even though I was pretty dedicated to get those out every Wednesday. The chakra ones are easy to do, but I don't want to keep doing just chakra ones and keep being repetitive. I mean, I guess I could, but it gets a little old. So I like to have different themes of what's going on. It's really funny. The last one that I did was let that shit go. And then I'm in this phase of letting all this stuff go. And it's kind of funny. But yeah. And my oldest is sick. So she's been home from school. And that's hard. I honestly didn't believe her on Monday when she said she was sick with a tummy ache. So I sent her to school. And then the school called me, but they called the wrong phone because I had two phone numbers. And they called the wrong phone, and I was busy listing stuff and hands deep in china and that sort of stuff. A lot of the glassware that's in my hutch. And I didn't hear the phone ring. And so they tried to get a hold of me for an hour. And apparently reached out to the ex. The ex was like, I can't come get her. Then they sent me an email, and I finally got the email because I was like checking my email for different things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Shelly's been there for an hour. Holy no, so I hurried. Went and got her. She threw up at school. So, after a whole month of her saying she had tummy aches and then never throwing up, I just didn't believe her. Now she has a fever, so I'm going to be taking her to the doctor today. The youngest one hasn't been affected, though. The youngest one is perfectly fine. And so she's happy and going to school and doing everything normal. But the oldest one is sick. And she doesn't want to do anything. She's been really hard to move. So that's always difficult when you have a sick kid. It's just not fun. But I'm accomplishing a lot, getting a lot of stuff done. Like I said, selling a lot of stuff, that's the biggest thing is, cleaning out the house and yeah, and stuff's moving, so that's what matters, is it's selling, you know. I have prospective people on some tapes, some cassette tapes, Disney cassette tapes. There's people interested in them. So those are going to go sooner than later, I think. And there's people interested in a variety of things. I've offered some deals and they haven't been taken up yet, so I may revise those. It'll be very interesting. But yeah, come Thursday, I'm going to review all the ones that I've already done and start discounting them a little bit more if they don't sell, and see what happens. A lot of the stuff, I'm just going to be happy if I make $5, you know. Some of them are high priced things. One of the things that I listed was my grandma's sewing cabinet, and that's sentimental, but I don't see myself taking it into my next apartment, so I'm selling that for $200, and that's a big deal, because it means a lot to her, and it has a Singer sewing machine that works, so that's interesting. That will be hard to let go of, but at the same time I'll be glad to see it go, because it's heavy. A lot of the heavy stuff is what I'm getting rid of. I'm just like, I need people to buy this stuff and go. The one that's going to take the longest for me to stage is going to be my desk, because I have so much stuff on that desk. And it's going to be very interesting to find new places for everything. It's going to be very interesting. So I'm going to keep a bookcase, I think, and then have that filled with crystals and my trinkets and everything. That's pretty much my goal. And I've decided to sell my bed and the dresser that goes with it, because it's just too big to take to an apartment. I'm going to get like a twin size bed, I think. Yeah, just a lot of big decisions. I already decided that my car is going to be sold and I'm going to get a Toyota Yaris. That was a big decision that I made a couple weeks ago. So that has to be negotiated through the whole divorce thing. I'm saying sell all vehicles, including his motorcycle, which he's not going to be happy about. I'm sure he's going to negotiate that, because he won't want to sell his motorcycle. And he doesn't want to sell his Jeep either. So that should be interesting. But yeah, negotiations on a lot of levels, a lot of progress, a lot of good things happening. I even maybe landed a job, which is awesome, with Jay, which I'm excited about. I gotta take a look at the contract today when it comes through. Yeah, so your girl's busy and doing lots of stuff and accomplishing a lot, and I did make an appointment with a doctor, for those of you concerned about the cough. My dad's convinced that I have bronchitis, but he's pretty dramatic. So we'll see if I do have bronchitis. If I do, then I do, and they'll take some antibiotics and stuff. Wasn't able to get into the doctor for a month because they're just so booked up, but it is what it is. I'll get in when I can. So that's the whole thing. Let's see what else. That's pretty much it. That's been my week. It's been a busy week. I'm just happy I'm selling stuff, cleaning stuff up. Threw away a bunch of stuff that I didn't need, like magazines and stuff like that. Just clearing out. I even found an old backpack from when I went to high school, and it wasn't being used or anything, and it was falling apart. So I'm like, I'm gonna toss this too. So a lot of stuff going in the trash bin. Basically the trash got picked up yesterday, and I filled up the trash again today. So I left a little room in for the trash going through the week of food containers and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been busy and still purging like crazy. I hope you guys are all doing well, and that's pretty much the video for today. It's a little bit of meandering, but it is what it is. Take care, and bye for now.